Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Orioles Franchise here in MLB The Show 25. We're going to get started here momentarily. There we go. How's everybody doing this morning? Orioles coming in last place. 2 games under 500. And unfortunately, I could see a scenario where this is true. I wanted to ask the opinion of the viewer. I have an opportunity to improve the Orioles pitching greatly. I can get Sandy Alcantara and Bender for Mountcastle, McDermott, and Reed Trimble. This addresses 2 big areas of need for the Orioles, starting another good quality arm and a good bullpen arm. In your opinion, and I'm starting off the video with this so I can get opinions, leave comments below. Should I consider doing this deal? This opens up first base for Colby Mayo. Probably pushes Morton out of the rotation. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I don't know why, but I've always been a fan of the 88 road jerseys. I shouldn't be, considering how poorly the team played back then. Okay. Feel like I gotta give Westberg a day off. So we're gonna go Gunnar, Adley, O'Neill, Sanchez, Mountcastle, Laureano, Holliday. Okay. This should be good. I did turn down the commentary a little bit. Thank you to any and all new subscribers. Greatly appreciate it. On the road to 1,300 subscribers. Again, thank you for 1,200. On the road to 4,000 watch hours.
It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Angels.
That's got a little bit more of a journey.
First pitch coming your way next.
And now, please welcome
I love the throwback uni.
Los Angeles Angels.
Personally, I think they were better off being the Anaheim Angels, but what do I know?
He's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip, but he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a
Here's
position
Gunnar Henderson hitting just a tad under 300. 12 home runs, 27 RBIs.
All right, ready to get underway. And the batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. And that's outside. And this one is off and a run. Next one misses.
2 balls,
Now
no
2-0.
strikes.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish.
And look for a
If you're gonna
fastball.
miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
He got it and didn't miss.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. So a man on base to start the inning.
Single out to right field.
The catcher,
Here's
number
Adley
35,
Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman.
Let's go, Reed.
That one fouled off. Henderson gets his lead at first.
The only thing I don't like about these filters is no pitch count on the screen.
Downstairs. Fastball is outside.
2-1.
The 2-1 count.
And there's a foul ball. And that one missing inside a sharp slider.
Finish him.
Swing and a ball lifted to center field. And there's one down. Here's Tyler O'Neill.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
And that one wrapped foul. O'Neill working through some struggles lately. Next pitch is outside.
Yeah, they say baseball is a game of failure, and that's true even for longtime major leaguers. Sometimes you'll have tough stretches just like this, but he's an experienced vet. 1 and 2. He'll probably right the ship soon.
That one's not close. And the count's even at 2.
Here's Tyler O'Neill trying to turn his dreadful start around.
With the curve.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
O'Neill works a walk.
Story we were paying attention to. It's an issue once again early on.
Gary Sanchez at the plate. Pitches in
I'm sorry, that was Adley.
It's 0-1.
No, that was O'Neill. Okay, this is Gary Sanchez. I swear, when I use these filters, I get so...
Pitching for a double play in this spot.
In there at the knees. And the count is 0-2.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase.
1 ball, 2 strike.
1-2 pitch to Gary.
And after the swing, it's a strikeout.
Reed Detmer's got him.
Mountcastle. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1.
Ryan Mountcastle, whose name has recently come up in trade rumors, possibly to the Miami Marlins, possibly to the San Diego Padres.
This one high in the air to left center. And that is
And also possible to the Minnesota Twins.
back here with my
Here's
singing.
Tomo
And on the mound in
Sugano.
this one, number 19.
And
What do you
leading
have
off
on him,
for the
Chris?
Angels,
Well,
the
Bruce,
second
something of
baseman,
interest to me is
Louis.
that this guy's really struggled when working out of the stretch, pitching with runners in scoring position. So the key for him is to attack hitters, try to get ahead
First
of the count,
pitch is
and
popped
limit
up.
allowing runners on base.
Mountcastle's
If you can do
there.
that, I think that will help him to
One thing
avoid
they
those
definitely
situations.
will lose if Mountcastle is
I
traded
think it's just one of those
is
mental
they will
things that
lose
have to
top-notch defense at first base.
And it's fouled away.
The guy has arguably been, even though he hasn't won it, he's arguably been a Gold Glover the last 2 seasons.
Pitch misses there, and 1-1. Swing and a ball popped in the air.
But when you're a team that needs pitching and you have a prospect that you're looking to get it back to, this is the business of baseball.
You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
Gone are the days of the Tony Gwynns, the Cal Ripkens, where
That misses the zone, and it's a ball
you see a team
with an
possibly keeping a guy
uncharacteristic
for his entire career.
Even superstars have their slumps from time to time, Boog, and he's no exception.
It's a what have you done for me lately, and also it's how can I get younger.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Because I could be wrong, and correct me in the comments if I am. Behind only Cedric Mullins, Mountcastle is the second longest tenured Oriole on this roster, I believe.
That missed by a lot. And now it's even 1-1. And a foul ball.
Mountcastle is another, or Mullins is another guy I don't expect to be here next season, possibly even after the trade deadline, because the Orioles have a plethora of outfield talent led by Enrique Bradfield. There are experts in baseball that say that Enrique Bradfield is the best defensive center fielder in the game today, and he hasn't even stepped foot on a major league field. That is high praise for that young man. Sugano dances out of a little bit of trouble. After one, it's 0-0 here in California.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Laureano comes up to hit.
Ramon Urias.
Back to work.
Detmers is averaging just over a strikeout per inning.
That one's in there. It's 0-1. Laureano getting the start in right. 30 years old now. And
he's a much different pitcher besides one being left-handed, one being right-handed. He's a much different pitcher than Sugano. Sugano is a control artist. At the time that the Orioles signed him, I read an article that called Sugano the Japanese Greg Maddux. Now, I have not seen enough of a sample size to agree or disagree with that assessment. Jackson Holliday gets into one, and the Orioles take a 1-0 lead.
He flexes his power with that swing, and they jump ahead in the second. It's 1-0.
First pitch swinging, and he got the fastball. He knew exactly what
That's
to do.
what happens when you throw the ball center cut.
Here is Colton Cowser.
And for all of Reed Detmer's talent, that has been his problem, is avoiding the long ball.
Detmers, maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, pitchers, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to...
That hit him. Take your base.
And he hits Cowser.
Side is that will help the on-base percentage a little bit, and that's a category
Cowser does not look pleased.
OBP, OPS, well, maybe that'll ease the pain just a little bit.
Out front, rip foul.
Here's Ramon Urias.
The runner at first with one gone in the inning. A little bit low, and the count is 1-1. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
He plays only a couple times a week, but when he does, he's been producing for the Orioles. But with the talent on this team, it's very hard to force your way into the offensive lineup. If the pitching was where the hitting was, this team would be the best team in baseball.
They'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Ramon Urias with another single.
Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance, and weight transfer. And he got to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Stepping in, Gunnar Henderson on the corner for a strike. Henderson with a
1-for-1 with a single.
Run of play lately. Hit in the air out to center field. Moniak brings it in.
Gunnar does his job.
He's in
sac fly.
And they lead by 2.
The catcher, number 35,
the next to hit for the Orioles. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Foul ball.
We've gotten used to seeing him put together impressive stretches throughout his career, Boog. When he's going like he is right now, it's really fun to watch him.
That one a little bit high, and that is ball one. Here comes a pitch. That just misses. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that skips into dirt.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
And down on strikes. And that is that.
The Orioles take an early 2-0 lead. I got to tell you, I am a fan of scoring runs without the home run. I love sac flies, RBI singles, RBI doubles, triples, RBI groundouts. I don't like living and dying by the home run. So I love the sac fly there.
On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul.
Tomo Sugano.
To third. Sends it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
And if you're wondering why I'm calling him Tomo, it's not because I can't pronounce his name. Well, quite frankly, I can't pronounce his name. But during his first start, the commentators did mention his first start in real life. The commentators did mention that that is a nickname he has been going by. So that is what I will be referring to him in the game. Tomo Sugano.
Big swing and a miss.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there. It just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Has not so far been what was advertised. I was hoping for more.
In the air, fairly deep to right field. He's got it, and there's 2 away. So up next,
There's Mickey Moniak.
good power. Not great in the OBP department. Swings through that one. 0-1. 2 outs, base is empty.
Let's go, Mickey.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
And Moniak goes down looking. Sugano looking good through 2. Orioles with an early 2-0 lead. Here's Tyler O'Neill below that dreaded Mendoza line. Ask if you were Mr. Mendoza, and we all know the story. Like, would you want your name to be remembered in baseball for something so ominous? For like, Tyler O'Neill goes yard. 3-0 Orioles.
It's 3-0.
Maybe he's starting to break out of this mini slump. That's the type of swing that makes you think good things are coming his way.
Sanchez stands in now.
Here's scary Gary Sanchez.
Doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things.
Of course, the Orioles can secure a series win here after winning that game 1.
They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty
Off to a
special
good
stuff.
start in
Not
doing
good
so.
if you're out there on the mound.
And the Orioles trying to claw back over 500, and through the first basically 40 games have not met expectations. Expectations were that they would be competing for the division with the Yankees, and that's going to be a double for Gary Sanchez as Moniak can't field it in center field.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Runner in scoring
Ryan
position. No outs.
Mountcastle.
Mountcastle getting ready to hit. Fly to center his first time. Swings through that one for
Here's
strike.
Ryan Mountcastle.
1 strike.
I understand that there are scouts in the stands from the Marlins, from the Padres, and from the Twins. And maybe even a few other teams that we do not know about.
That one is absolutely belted.
Ryan Mountcastle, RBI double, 4-0 Orioles.
Second scores as they add on.
He was all over that one.
And they are giving Sugano some run support, and they've chased Reed Detmers.
Tyler Anderson.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. This is an important outing for him to get on the right
Here's
track.
Tyler O'Neill. He has a deceptive windup. Say what? Tyler O'Neill might be a guy to possibly look at in a trade. If we don't want to go uber like crazy expensive.
And there's one down. Jackson Holliday.
The batter,
next to hit for the Orioles.
Second
He's
baseman,
already homered here in this one.
Holliday.
Liner, and this could be trouble.
Jackson Holliday laces a
Oh, he botches it. He'll score
hit into the gap, and he's going to get another triple. And it's 5-0 Orioles.
Waste no time there. Really good
Now
swing
batter,
right there.
the
He got a
center
pitch that he
fielder,
knew he could
Colton
handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
A bunt, and it's popped up. Pulls it in on the run. 2-away now. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able
Don't know why I tried that,
Yeah,
but
I
I
think he
did.
rushed it a little bit, and when guys
Urias.
rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Urias tries to hold up, appeal to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing.
I do play on dynamic difficulty.
In the air
For the record, I
out to
started the
center.
dynamic difficulty
O'Neill.
on Legend on for both hitting and pitching.
That's a base hit as a run scores.
Good two-strike hitting right
Or I'm
there.
sorry, I started on Hall of
Start
Fame,
for some,
not
so
Legend.
that was nicely done to beat the odds.
Gunner.
Flared it out there, got it to drop the
Pitching
base
has
hit.
stayed
I think he got it off the handle
fairly
just a
consistently
little
at Hall of
bit,
Fame.
but that held up for him enough to
Hitting
get
fell all the way
something
down to
behind that
veteran
swing.
at one point. So for anybody that thinks that I'm cheesing it because I'm only on All-Star right now,
And it's 0-2.
I would say take a look at my record,
Swing, and he breaks his back.
and you'll see
Has
that
to barehand it.
cheesing it is not what I'm doing.
And he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but
I just run into a bad pitching staff.
really well with that pitch inside. Couldn't get it out of the infield, but somehow turns it into a knock. That's a thing of beauty, and some hits just don't make sense.
Coming into this series,
Swing and a
I
miss
was
as he late that time.
swept by the Minnesota Twins.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And we're back, set for the bottom of the third.
Let's see how
Going down for the
Sugano
Angels.
pitches with a
Zach
comfortable
Neto.
lead.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Whips it to Mountcastle.
Nice
Leadoff
sliding
hit on
stop.
another.
Not sure the slide was necessary.
Angels lineup. Luis Renfroe
But got the job done.
in now. Fastball for a strike. Outside low, and it's 1-1. Foul ball there.
So let me know in the comments too. How is your favorite
Got it.
baseball team doing
Strikeouts now.
so far this year?
The batter now.
As Sugano strikes out Rendifo.
Single so far.
Newman.
And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
This has the potential to be a good start for Sugano. He can pitch free and easy with a lead.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Hopefully takes some innings off the bullpen, because the bullpen has been doing yeoman's work lately.
O'Neill squeezes it, and that is that. Back in Anaheim, on to the fourth, and into the box for Baltimore, Tyler O'Neill. Check swing, called strike. Anderson, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a cutter, a sinker, and he works in a slider. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
1 ball, 2 strike.
That's down and in.
6-0 Orioles here in the fourth. Tyler O'Neill strike that.
Gary Sanchez now 1 for 2. Puts it in the air out
And Gary Sanchez flies out to center field.
Makes the grab, and there's 2 down. 2 outs, bases empty.
The first baseman.
And here's the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle. And there's the ball.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job. Mission accomplished.
And that one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4.
6-0.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. That'll make
Ryan Mountcastle, showcase yourself, young man.
Home run number 5 on the season, and they boost their lead. It's 7-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
Anderson ready to work.
Here's Razor Ramon Urias.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Next pitch is outside. Now one miss. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. Ward going back and brings it in.
And Ward gets there, but the Orioles had another. It's 7-0.
Here at Angel
And
Stadium,
leading up for the Angels, the right fielder, Rout.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out. You know, these Angels just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And down on strikes he goes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Sugano gets him looking.
Jorge Soler.
Sugano is cruising right now.
Here we go, Jorge. Come on.
The Angels with a lot of ground to make up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Hit on the ground to short. Throws to first in time. Already 2 gone.
Now
here
batting,
at
the catcher,
Here's Logan O'Hoppe.
That misses. 1-0.
Sugano finally makes a mistake pitch, and Logan O'Hoppe makes him pay. It is 7-1 Orioles.
That could be one of those swings that really helps spark this offense.
Now a chance for Nolan Schanuel. pitch is outside.
1-1. Ball.
Just
Outside.
missed. Out to short. Throw not in cut. It's an unlikely infield single. Here's the left
Now
fielder.
This is the first rough patch that
Pitch doesn't find the zone.
Sugano has faced in this game, but still,
Just
No,
missed.
that's a ball.
Shadowell off the first. and
all
two
things
away.
considered with the rough patch,
Strike one.
the Orioles are still up 6.
Late on that fastball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit.
Strike.
Now that's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. We go to the top
Leading
of the
off the
fifth,
bullpen,
and stepping
the second
in
baseman,
is the speedy Jackson Holliday. Anderson back to work. Holiday
No, that's
measures
a ball.
6 feet even,
One ball, no
185
strike.
pounds, a former first-round pick in 2022. Gets
Strike,
the call.
woo.
That's strike 1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge.
Strike.
And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken
1 and
bat
2.
as you jog back to the dugout.
Out to center. Moniak sizing this one up. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. Colton Cowser. Now
Cows are
playing
0 for 1, and he's been
2
hit by a
in
pitch.
this one.
Cowser.
He swings and fouls one off. Base is empty, one away. To the top of the fifth.
Again, the Orioles looking for a series
The 0-1 is
win
outside,
here.
and it's a ball and a strike. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball. 2 strike. That's a
Fastball
ball.
is outside.
2 balls. 2 strike.
Pitch
Full count.
misses. Full count now. Goes down looking. Ramon Urias, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Let's go, Angels.
Fouled off left side. And the 0-1. Swing and a foul straight back. 2 outs.
The Orioles have said publicly they still have hopes for the division,
But a good job to keep
despite
it in
the
front.
rough start to the year.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
One and 2. That's 3.
Swings and misses. Bottom of the inning. So in now for the Angels, Mickey Moniak.
Come on, Mickey.
First
Nope.
off, and it just misses. Yeah, that's fouled off. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And aboard on the leadoff single.
Well,
The
he found
batter,
himself
number 9.
behind in the count right
Shortstop.
there. Didn't give in. Pretty tough for the infielder to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield. And even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Right there is Laureano. Corrals it. And there's one away.
And Sugano is going to be getting
Now
through
it's the switch hitting
5, so
second
he
baseman, Luis Rengifo.
would qualify for the
That one
win.
missed, but foul.
You'd like to see him go 6 so
Swing
he
and a
can get the
tap.
quality start, because he
Puts it to
certainly has
Mountcastle.
pitched well enough for
That's
it.
out number 2. Next for the Angels, Kevin Newman. He is singled and he is flied to left. And first offering is fouled off. Swung on, belted. That one back. Gone.
And all of a sudden now it's 7-3.
An absolute smash to left. His second of the year, and they throw a pair on the board.
Maybe a quality start is not in the cards for Sugano.
Pretty interesting if they keep connecting on pitches like that.
That one in there to Mike Trout. Just off the inside edge.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in. Last half of inning number 5.
But a win certainly could be if Sugano can get Mike Trout.
And it remains 2-2.
Admittedly, that is not an easy task.
Hit hard on the
But Trout
ground.
grounds out to Gunnar Henderson over to Mountcastle.
That's the 3rd out. Top of the 6th inning. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Adley Rutschman. Just off the outside edge. Ball 1-0. And that one is in for a strike.
Do I push Sugano for one more inning to get that quality start, or do I just bring in Suarez?
And now the count 1-2 after
1
the
ball,
swing and the
2
miss.
strikes.
And
Ball
there's the
2.
ball.
Because it's not like Suarez has been crazy effective.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. Get down. Back there. Gone off the rocks in center. Touch him all time. He made him pay for that one. And they tack on to their lead. It's
Now
8-3.
pitching for the
That's their
Angels,
4th home run of the game.
number
They
63.
can't stop, and they won't stop
Jake.
hitting home runs in this one, Boo. They're
Wilson.
clearly feeding off of each other at the dish.
New pitcher on now, Chase Silseth.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same
No.
for his stats, obviously,
1
regardless of the
ball,
score.
no strike.
O'Neal, the next to hit, takes ball 1. In the air, out towards left center. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. Here's Gary Sanchez now.
How did I miss completely? How? Wait a minute, did I just hit a home run with Adley Rutschman and I totally, completely missed it because I had to look at my phone real quick? Okay.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Man,
The
those are
first
the types of
baseman,
hits
number
where you don't
6,
feel any
Ryan
vibration in your hands
Mountcastle.
whatsoever. Such a good feeling. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
And he swings over the top there.
Sometimes being
0-2.
lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
That
That's
one
out the
off
corner.
mark. The count 1-2.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
I'm also hearing Pittsburgh might be a possibility for Mountcastle.
Out. 2 gone
The
now.
right fielder, number 12.
Next for the Orioles, Ramon
Urias.
Urias. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the
No
zone.
ball, 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. Sanchez, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And we're back.
And
Bottom of
leading
the
up
sixth.
for the
Now
Angels,
it's the
the
Angels
designated hitter,
Jorge Soler.
Soler.
Jorge Soler.
Now he breaks his bat. Picks it up with a bare hand, and very nicely done for the out.
The catcher, number
Logan
14.
the next to hit for the Angels.
Oh, Hoppy.
Down the left field line, big hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. And next for L.A., Nolan Schanuel. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy two. Here's Holliday for one.
And Sugano gets a pretty easy 6th inning, so he will get that quality start.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday.
Holliday has the 2 hardest parts of the cycle, a home run and a triple.
And first offering is fouled off.
Triple obviously being the hardest part.
Swing and a miss.
0-2.
That
1
misses
and 2.
the zone. Going to count 1 and 2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch.
We're in the top of the 7th. We're almost to the 7th inning stretch.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Get going.
Stays alive. Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So next to hit for Baltimore, Colton Cowser. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
0-1.
Comes up empty.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Colton Cowser.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I cannot believe I completely missed how I scored that 8th run.
Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Now
2
back,
down,
the
bases
third baseman.
empty.
Ramon
Now the
Urias,
third
3
baseman,
for
Ramon
3.
Urias, 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Fly ball to right. Makes the catch. And bottom of the 7th. Now the left fielder, Taylor Ward. Albert Suarez into the game.
And he's
Now
had his
pitching
struggles
for
so
the
far
Orioles.
this year, as you can see the
Number
inflated ERA.
49.
He would
Looking to bring
like to
that
see
down a little bit
Suarez
right
be able to
here.
finish this game.
First pitch misses.
He'd like to see him pitch well enough to save the rest of the bullpen, be that long
One in
reliever,
the air out towards right field. And there's one down.
and finish
Mickey Moniak,
the rest of the
the
game.
next to hit for the Angels. First pitch, and he just
Orioles do
misses.
have arms ready in the bullpen. If that's not the case, though.
This one in the air center field. Cowser under it. And there are 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty.
But a fairly
Neto,
quick
the next to
first
hit for
2
the
outs for
Angels.
Suarez.
That's in for a strike. Nasty pitch.
Who himself has an ERA just over 4.
So a foul ball makes it 1 and 2. Next offering misses down and away.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
That one lifted to left. And it falls. And that extends the inning.
He needed
Now
that
back,
one. It's been a
second
tough
baseman,
stretch at the plate
Louis.
lately. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Rengifo in the box now. No balls and a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. Neto off of first with 2 away. Fouls it off. Still 1-2.
Got him.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. That is the inning.
At the end of 7, it's 8-3 Orioles.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back,
Angels.
and a new arm on the mound to start
Number
the 8th.
44.
Joyce. He has
Here's
that
Ben
great
Joyce,
slider
a
with
guy who the Orioles came close to trading for in spring training before opening day.
Takes ball 1 off
There
the
was
plate.
talks of a Jorge Mateo or Ramon Urias for Ben Joyce.
That's the ball.
Wow, triple digits on the
The
gun.
Angels
I know there are more
cooled
pitchers
on
that
that
can
idea,
reach
though.
that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
That's
Ball.
off the inside corner. Ball
3
3.
down.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns
3
out.
and 2.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the
You can
strikeout.
obviously see
Now
why
the Orioles catch.
the Orioles would be interested in Ben
He's
Joyce.
already homered in this game.
Triple digits with decent
First off,
control of the
Ray
triple
gets fouled
digits.
off. That one fouled off. One down, base is empty.
That's 3.
Now the Orioles do have pitching help
Tyler
coming to them in the
hit
form
for the
of
Orioles.
Grayson Rodriguez once he comes off the IL, and
That one is downstairs.
Kyle Gibson, who signed late in spring
24
training,
years old, and he was
is
a
in the minors
third-round
ramping
pick
up.
in 2022.
Let's go, Angels.
Check
Yeah.
swing, called strike. And now it's even up.
Computer,
2 down, nobody on.
what time is it?
78.
It's 6:35 a.m.
That
Counts,
misses.
ball.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Come on, Angels. Let's go. Let's score.
Struck out swinging. And he's back in Anaheim. On to the bottom of the 8th. Now the number 2 hitter, Kevin
A
Newman.
nice inning by Joyce.
Check
Right,
swing, and he went. Strike
No
1.
ball. 1 strike.
And that's in the
1-1.
dirt. Outside low. Ball 2. That one the other way. Takes it in for the out.
Now
Here's
batting,
Trout.
the right
It's never
fielder.
fun going back
Mark.
to the dugout after hitting the line drive that
Wow.
falls off, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you
Oh.
make great contact, you feel like you've done
One ball,
everything right.
no
But
strikes.
in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it.
Mountcastle brought it back.
Down base is empty.
Jorge.
Suarez is doing exactly what the Orioles were hoping he would do out of the bullpen.
That is downstairs.
Quick outs,
Ball 1.
because you need to get the rest of that bullpen some rest.
Ripped on the ground is second.
Quick eighth
Flips
inning.
it to Mountcastle. Angels retired 1-2-3.
Now pitching for the
Hans
Angels.
Kraus taking over on the
Number
mound.
52.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is.
Rout.
Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. That is strike
Oh,
2.
2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Cut on and miss.
And Sanchez strikes out.
And a strikeout for the first out
The
here
first
in the
baseman,
ninth.
number 6.
So digging in,
Home run,
Ryan
a double,
Mountcastle.
2 RBIs, 2 runs. Let me ask you this. Let me ask Oriole fans that hopefully watch this. If Mountcastle's time comes to an end, if we trade him, what will you remember about his time in Baltimore?
And it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. And he's got his second double of the game.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Solid double down the
Ramon
line, and that was a pretty
Urias.
decent pitch that he just turned on. Not really out over the plate. It was inside.
What will his,
He was more
I don't want to
than
say
ready
legacy
get that
because
bat
he
through the
hasn't
zone.
done enough
Now
to
it's going to
leave a
be
legacy.
Ramon Urias. And it's
But yeah, just what will you remember about his time here in
Sugano
City?
He's in there.
If the Orioles tack on another one, 9-3,
The batter,
Ramon Urias
Just a
gets an
simple ground
RBI.
the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Next to hit, Jackson Holliday.
That's a ball.
That's outside.
1-0.
That is ball one. Right side,
Hello.
and that's just foul.
Come on, let's get the ground ball.
Ground ball right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it.
Safe.
First, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Speed does not take a day off,
Turn
gentlemen.
to their bullpen for a new pitcher, Jose
number
Suarez.
54.
He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Suarez.
Here is Colton Cowles.
One
As
ball.
soon as that ball hit
Way
off
inside.
Sean Wells' glove, you knew there was a good chance Holiday was going to be safe.
Strike one.
Runners at first and second
One
with
ball,
one gone.
one strike.
And Laureano in scoring position. Pitch
Two
misses.
balls, one strike.
2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Ball.
One missing low.
3 balls. 2 strikes.
And they're all
Ball four.
loaded up.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone-cold take.
And now Ramon Urias is up with the bases loaded.
And
That's a
ball
ball.
one.
He already has a 3-hit day. And as long as he doesn't hit into a double play, we will see Gunner.
This
Oh
one
my.
blasted. A no-doubter.
Ramon Urias with a grand slam.
A massive home run. His second of the year, and they add to their lead. It's 13-3. That's their fifth homer of the
13
game.
to
Man,
3.
they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. And he barehands it.
I think
Man at first with one gone, and here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Double play ball to second. Rutschman retired. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Ramon Urias
Henderson on its second with 2 down.
definitely playing well for this team.
Fought off foul.
You love what he brings you off the bench.
1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Next pitch is outside.
Three balls,
With a
2
breaking
strikes.
ball.
And if you look back over last game, the Orioles have scored 23 runs in 2 games.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
The Oriole bats have come to life here in California.
So now
Ball
2
4,
on
take your base.
and 2 outs.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to is just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
That one found hard the other way. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
18 hits.
This one is
13
exactly
runs.
close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never. Lou, growing up, who was your favorite big league
This has
mascot?
been a good day for the team batting average.
Still the best mascot.
Is there a reason?
One ball, one strike.
Well, I love the Phillies, and I love Mike Schmidt. Michael Jack Schmidt, 548 home runs. He was my favorite.
And the
Well,
Orioles,
some people say
most
you would
likely,
have
barring a
things in common.
We have a similar
catastrophic failure here in the bottom of the ninth, move back to a game under 500 as they try to claw back to the wild card and or the division.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Still very
Yeah,
early.
they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Because more than any other sport, baseball is a grind.
The miss struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first.
There's the second out.
Now
So for
batting,
last chance
the
of
left
this
fielder,
one. Coming down for the Angels, Taylor Ward.
Ward.
Pitch
Oh,
misses
inside.
inside, and it's 1-0.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never
Orioles need a
materialized.
W here.
I appreciate that you had enough.
Slides, but it
Gets by Urias.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the injury.
There's
Not
Moniak.
a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to.
And that most likely will do it. Ramon runs it down. The Orioles win big, 13-3, taking the series against the
Offensive
Angels.
explosion today for these players. They gave
And
up
they
a
will
few
look
runs.
for the sweep.
They have more than
Sugano
enough
gets a
firepower
quality
to turn
start.
this one into a blowout.
It's amazing what run support can do. Suarez does his job, works the final innings to save the bullpen. Here's some highlights. Jackson Holliday with a big day. Ian Mountcastle, player of the game. Sugano with the quality start. Reed Detmers only goes 2 innings, giving up 5 runs. I don't know if I'd have given it to Mountcastle, but I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.